this. Any questions? Okay. I mean, learning is always good. So you start learning, you start enjoying, and there will not be any commitments from our side nor your side that if you are the best student in this batch, will you absorb us in Prakash Institute? I don't know, because unless and until we know how many admissions. By the way, our 2025-26 admissions are already over. Planning for that is already done. So if at all you are really good and we don't want to lose you, it will be for 2026-27. Okay. So keeping that in mind, I mean, we want to create good teachers. That is the only purpose of this program, and let us do it in the best possible way. Okay, so we will begin. Let us begin with, I mean, of course, we will talk mathematics. So I think I had written it in the first note that you should have a little basic knowledge of mathematics, because in what unit of measure we measure an angle, and suppose I have got an angle, we measure it in degrees or maybe radians if advanced unit of measure. But I think degree is very common, and we say that if I complete one circle around a point, we complete 360 degree. Okay, आठवते सगळ्यांना? Good. This is good study. When we complete one circle around a point, we say that we have completed 360 degrees around it. So our first question is, why 360? Why not 200? Why not 1000? So some of you must be knowing this answer, or those who are online can Google and find it out. Therefore, I will prefer to get the answers from offline students than online, even if you know, but you have disadvantage because you are online. Okay. 360 ka? Why 360?
It's because Earth rotates around the sun.
You are very close. Yes. Around 4,000 years before, Babylonians observed that the positions of stars repeat almost after 360 days. At that time, the measurements were not that accurate. So after almost 360 days, the things are exactly at same stage. That is what they noticed 4,000 years before. And then they realized that 360 is a very good number, which has 24 divisors, a lot of divisors. So you won't get into fractions. If you want half of 360, no problem. If you want 1/4 of 360, no problem. Like that, there will be 24 divisors. We will find out how to find out the divisors of any given number. Good number of divisors, but then that is not the reason. There are 24 divisors, therefore it is not 360. Because we can have another number which has got 25 divisors or 100 divisors. So there will be several numbers having more number of divisors compared to 360. But 360 came to us because of that observation. After around 360 days, we got to get the same positions of all the stars, etc. And since then, 360 we are using. म्हणजे आपण आपल्या चाइल्डहुड मध्ये म्हणजे खूपच लवकर म्हणजे रिसेंट आहे. Otherwise it is 4,000 years before. They were using 360 only at that time. And we are also using. But then in between, we came up with some new unit of measure. Let me tell you the story. What should be the unit of measure? When we wanted to have a unit of measure for, say, temperature, there is a new physical quantity which is coming in existence, and we want to measure it. Then, at that time or every time, people will think that the unit of measure should be easy to manipulate, easy to get. we tell this story to students. What is 1 foot? What is 1 meter? This is 1 meter. So what is foot? What is meter? From where it has come? So in UK there was a confusion about the land that these people have, and then the king realized that the confusion is because of the unit of measure. So one day he put his foot in the ink and put it on the paper, and then that day he said, from today onwards, this is 1 foot. And now you measure how much land do you have and tell me, then we will do. So unit of measure is important because everybody was on the same plane when the same unit of measure is being used. So for him, creating 1 foot was easy at that time. Therefore, he created it like this. Suppose we want to define a unit of measure for temperature. What is the easiest thing that we can do? We can boil water and see at what point it boils. We will call it 110 degrees centigrade. So it is easy for anyone. I mean, there will be some variation because of pressure and other things, but by and large, water will boil at 100 degrees centigrade, and therefore it is easy for you. Suppose you have got a new thermometer with you, it will be easy for you to calibrate and mark 100 on that. Then we will see at what temperature it changes into an ice. We will call that a 0, and then the scale is available. Then unit of measure is available. Then we know today's temperature is right now around 30 degrees centigrade. Okay, so it will be somewhere here. That is how the unit of measure is actually need to be found out. So this 360 at that time was because of the history, it was 360. So what people said is that if we have a circle and if this point, I mean initial ray or terminal ray travels along, this is 1. Why this is 1? Because this distance is equal to this distance. We call it R, radius of the circle. So you will be able to find out what is 1 radian if you have a compass and a way to measure the circumferential distance. You need not have to go to anything, anywhere else to find out how much is 1 radian. So they decided that the distance along the circumference, if you move and stop at this point, then this angle is 1 radian. So this is better unit of measure. And now in all calculations everywhere where degree centigrade is not degrees is not mentioned, you have to assume it in radian. So in our 12th standard we say sine 3. That means 3 radians. So this is 1 radian, 1 more radian, and 1 more radian. So, and then this is 2 pi because circumference to diameter is constant. Therefore, we have got a new irrational number. We called it as pi. And then we realize that this is 2 pi. Therefore, we can find out any angle. So we have conversion of 360. 360 degree corresponds to 2 pi. And therefore, 180 degree will correspond to pi, and so on. 180 degree is half angle. I mean, you start from here and stop exactly opposite side. Straight angle we call, which is 180 degree, and in radians it is pi. So unit of measure, whenever we have a new quantity, unit of measure has to be decided and correspondingly executed. Now we have defined the length, but we have not defined the area because we want to measure the land, we measure in area. So we have to create unit of measure for area, and then maybe area of this foot is not a good idea because it is going to be very difficult to replicate and find out how much is the area of this room. Therefore, the easiest unit of measure is going to be square. You find out, and then putting those squares and finding out what is the total area is easy. Therefore, square unit, this is square unit, and then if you are measuring the sides in centimeter square unit or 1 meter square unit, that is how that discussion goes. Today we are focusing on 360 degree. So if we agree that this is 360 degree, then we said great angle is 180 because it is half of the complete rotation. Okay. So we come to triangle, and it is known that sum of interior angles of triangle is 180. Actually, we start discussion with students like this. They will come up with 180 answer very quickly because it is there everywhere. Sum of interior angles of triangle is 180. Then we say why 180? They don't have answer. If they draw and measure, it will be equal to 180. So we should discuss why it should be 180. If we know this is 360, then we should be able to figure out why this is 180. So what do you think? Why should it be 180? Why not 200? Why not 1000 again here? I will tell you one thing. If you are free to ask doubts. What is the question?
Why is it 360?
Why is-
why is it 180?
Why it is 360? We just discussed because
Why the sum of the angles of a triangle is 180?
one by one. First question is why is this 360? We have discussed it just now because it 4,000 years before they have decided based on the positions of the stars. Approximately 360 days to repeat the positions. Therefore, from that time that 360 has come. And the additional advantage is it has got lot of devices. Okay, so 360 is done now. We want to ask you a question why sum of interior angles x plus y plus z is 180. You want to answer it seems. Okay. Diksha madam, yes. What do you think should be the answer?
All the three sides of the triangle, the x, y, z can be calculated into 180 minus x, 180 minus z, and 180 minus y. And if we add them, then it will lead to 180.
मला समजलं असतं तर सांगा मला काय समजलं नाही म्हणतात they are saying they have not understood.
So if we take that as a base, if we take that xy as a base, and they don't let the intercepting, right? So 180 minus x, and so if you extend that ray to x, z and y, z, so x, z and y, z intercept, and then you can आपण असं लिहू शकतो की एक म्हणजे
सर त्या ट्रायंगलचे कसं बघायचं आपण असे केले
180 minus z तो येईल हा इकडचा येतो तो तिकडचा पण 180 minus z आणि हा सेम अपोजिट सो
अजून आपलं झालं नाहीये पण आता मी ऍग्री करतो की ऑपोजिट सेम आहे. We will do everything in class and then we will say okay we understand. Presently we have understood only y360. Okay, त्याच्या पूर्वीच आपल्याला काय माहिती. Okay, so you are saying these opposite angles will be equal. 180 180 minus x 180 minus y, but we are using 180 everywhere. That I think is it because the sum of interior angles is 180?
no, because it is a straight line. It is a straight line.
This plus this is straight line, but we are supposed to arrive at x plus y plus z is equal to 180. You just tell me how you are going to arrive there.
So can I?
So she is saying that you fold this side like this and fold this side like this, and then you get straight line. Why should it be 180? If I say this is 200, still they will open up to 200.
Why not add the 3 180s?
3 180 together. So 420 minus x plus y plus z.
That will give you x plus y.
400 and no, not 540 minus h plus y plus z. This is what we got after adding all the three exterior. Koteshwar sir, I will give you last chance.
Okay. Sir, what we can do is through one of the vertices, if
Yes.
you draw a line parallel to the opposite side,
Yes.
we can utilize the
At this stage,
certain properties of parallel lines.
yes, at this stage we don't know what do we mean by parallel lines.
So
We
can
only angle around a point is 360. That is the only thing which we know.
can I answer?
Yes.
Yeah, so actually you can from the center of the triangle you can draw a circle. which touches-
From center means where?
if it's an isosceles triangle.
General triangle. Nothing special about it.
So basically from three corners, when you draw these lines, internal lines, where they meet, that is the center of the triangle. From that point, you can draw a circle which will cross all your.
You can draw several lines. They do not meet at a point.
No, I mean 90-degree this thing, altitude basically you have to draw from.
I should draw altitudes. Draw perpendicular. Then
And where it matches from there, you can draw a circle which covers all three ends of the triangle, and that's why the total should be 360 degree, 180 degree for two.
really fun. Okay.
Sir, may I answer?
Those who are in the process of teaching right now will be very near to the answers. But okay, your attempt is good, but this is little difficult right now because there are several lines which we can draw. First of all, if I draw this perpendicular, I do not know whether the third perpendicular also will pass through the same point or not. This is advanced geometry. We are.
May I answer?
Huh?
May I answer?
Yeah, you can answer. Yes.
So full circle is 360
Yes.
and a half circle, that is straight line, is 180.
Correct.
So if we cut the three corners of the triangle and stick them together, it makes a straight line. So we can conclude that it is 180 degree.
Where to cut? Do you want me to draw one more?
Cut the corners.
Okay. You have a triangle. Now, where to cut here
Yes,
and maybe here and
yes,
here. Then
yes. And if we stick these corners together, it
bring
forms
this
a straight
triangle
line.
here.
Yes,
Bring that triangle here, and then remaining you think will go like this.
yes. So
That
it makes a straight line.
That is happening because we are saying sum of interior angles is 180. Therefore, it is happening. But if it is not, then it will not happen.
So we have proved that straight line is 180 degree and this is making a straight line. This is making a straight line.
I mean, it is a wishful thinking that it will be a straight line, but we really do not know.
So may I?
Indirectly, are we assuming that the sum is so this is my x, this is my y, and this is my z. We are saying that this goes and sits here, so this is y, and this goes and sits there, this is z, x. So we really do not know whether these are opposite lines or not right now. Suppose थोडा जर इकडे आला तर काय म्हणणार आपण काय करणार and our observations, I mean मला चष्मा आहे त्यामुळे मी नीट करू शकत नाही वगैरे. There are so many limitations by which we will not be able to really do this job, and even if we do, nobody is going to accept mathematically because it depends on so many other parameters which are not going to be considered. So this
may I attempt?
proof why 180 is really going to be very difficult proof, and
May I
then,
attempt, sir? Am I audible?
yes, anybody can answer now, only one by one.
Yeah. So what we can try is have a parallel line.
But we don't know what is parallel line.
Okay.
Sir, may I attempt?
Yes.
Okay. So, yeah, leaving the parallel line aside, suppose if I mark the vertices A, B, C, let's say if I take the vertex C, and about that, if I swing that line CB,
Yes, you know the
downwards, let's say by certain angle Z, it will fall onto the BC.
yes, you are there.
So
Let
now if I take A as the center and I swing AC up, okay,
yes.
I'll be swinging the same angle till it becomes parallel to the BC, right?
Yes, I mean, using
I
your-
do the same thing other side, and then I will get the other angle also up, and then you have a straight line.
okay, good. You know the game. Let me explain it to all so that they understand.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, this is not technically correct proof which we are going to discuss, but it is okay at this stage to understand why it happens. It is called soldier gun method. Suppose I am standing here with my gun pointing vertex A. So let us create some information. Okay, this is my gun. So I am looking at vertex A and I am standing at vertex C. पुढच्या खेपेला जरा 7 वाजता या सगळ्यांनी. हे खूप त्रासदायक आहे. 10 मिनिटांनी 5 मिनिटांनी ऍडमिट करायचं. ओके. तर आता मी इथे उभा आहे. Now what you should do is you should keep observing yourself. आता ते ट्रायंगल इथे जमिनीवर काढला असेल तर मी ए कडे बघत असं उभा आहे. That is what I am doing right now. Then I walk along CA. Okay, is it? I mean, yes, I can walk along CA. When I reach A, I will be facing this. My gun will be facing other side. Then I take a turn so that, let us say, this is new position of my gun. So how much angle did we turn this much? Is that right? So around myself, how much did I rotate? I mean, I was facing A, and now I go there, and I face B. So this much angle. Then I come from here to here. My gun is towards this. So I again rotate through this angle so that my gun is pointing to this side. So how much angle did I go? Let us say this is angle A, because at A, this is angle B. So have I completed one full circle around myself? No, not yet. Some portion here, some portion here. And now when I walk from here to here, I will reach H and pointing this side. Then I am supposed to come back over here. This angle is C. Switch off your mic. Tendulkar madam, mic band hai. Is this correct? I mean, is this diagram clear? So what you were saying is almost correct. You are talking about the exterior angles. This is the exterior angle, and this is the exterior angle. One direction. So from here, you started in blue position. You came back to orange position. Turn through degrees A, then walk till B. Turn through degrees B. Went to C. So now here small a plus small b plus small c is equal to one full round, which we have done 360. Good. And then we have found out 360. Okay. And this angle was x, this angle was y, and this angle was z. We know. We just extended this line, so they are opposite rays, no questions. A plus x is equal to 180. B plus y is equal to 180. And C plus Z is equal to 180. This is the information that I have. This is the additional information using soldier gun method I got. Soldier gun method proof is not a legal accepted mathematical proof. To get the correct mathematical proof, you will have to spend 2-3 months together, and then we'll reach that stage to get the correct proof. But anyway, this is good. I mean, this is practical and it can be executed. 360, and now we have a plus b plus c. We have pairs, therefore we will be able to find out x plus y plus z is equal to 180. Understood? Good. So, the moral of the story is we are not using anything which is not proved. So today, now we have angle around a point 360 and sum of interior angles of triangle is 180 degrees. This is the information that we have as of now. Okay. Mathematics is all about deductions. You have got some data and using that data you find out something new. So let us play that. Suppose I say, now we know major angle A plus major angle B plus major angle C is equal to 180. So when we discuss all this, tomorrow suppose we say that through 1000 degrees we complete our first rotation. Suppose it's want to change. Then if this is understood, then sum of the interior angles of the triangle at that time will be 500. Why? Because this method is correct. So input is 360, therefore this is 180. Input is 2 pi, new unit of measure, this is pi. So we start with something and start deducing so that if we change at the first level, automatically all the subsequent levels are going to change. So our assumption now for the problems that we are going to discuss after this, the assumption is in triangle ABC, major angle A plus major angle B plus major angle C must be equal to 108. Question 1. Major angle A is equal to 8. Major angle B is equal to 7. Suppose I give you this information. Major angle A is 80, major angle B is 70. Now you give me additional information. Deduction. I give you this information and whatever discussion we have done before this. Can you tell me something more about this without actually telling? I have not told you anything about this triangle, but can you tell me something more about it? Yes. Major angle C must be. What are the deductions? Deduction number 1, major angle C is going to be equal to
30.
30.
Okay. And if our vocabulary is good, we will say that this is a scalene triangle, and we can say that it is acute angle triangle. This is additional information. Acute angle.
Even the scale and
Yes. Scalene. That is the important. I mean, you give little information and you reduce a lot. Question number 2. Okay, by the way, I am going to give you the lecture notes. Whatever we discuss will be given in PDF form. So, what I will say, spend your energy 2 hours in thinking. If you are taking down notes, it is good habit, but notes are available and spend more time on thinking. Question 2. Major angle A is 100. Major angle B is equal to 40. Can we deduce something additional? Now these are easy questions. I mean, this is 7th standard stuff, therefore it is easy for you. But then this is beautiful because we are giving little information and discovering lot more. Yes. So what is the answer? Vidula madam, Sangha.
40 degrees.
isosceles triangle.
Major
Isosceles
angle
It is 40 degrees.
40 degrees isosceles triangle.
Isosceles obtuse
40 degree.
Angle C
Isosceles triangle.
is 40 degree
this is.
And also
Isosceles
obtuse angle triangle.
and
Obtuse angle
obtuse
triangle.
angle
Obtuse
triangle.
angle.
Obtuse angle.
Correct. Question number 3. Question number 3. Major angle A is 60.
Equilateral, 60.
Equilateral triangle.
Angle C is equal to 60.
Angle C is equal to 60. Equilateral triangle.
Equilateral triangle.
Acute angle triangle. It is also acute triangle.
Okay. All sides equal. Why? Equilateral. Name indicates.
All angles are same.
Because all three angles are equal.
Sir, is not. We have made all angles equal, and you are talking.
Sides are also equal. And side opposite same angles have also equal.
You are saying equiangular, then it is correct. Equilateral is not correct. So, okay, we will accept it as equilateral also, but during these 8 lectures, we will ensure that if a triangle is equiangular, then it is equilateral. We have to prove. If a triangle is equiangular, then it has to be equilateral. We will prove that. Okay, so we can borrow something. So everything is going fine. चांगलं चाललंय. आणि एवढं एज असून सुद्धा उत्साह कमी नाही. Actually, मुलं गोंधळ असतात त्याच्यात because there is a sense of some discovery. We have found out something. Using my brain, I have found out something. That's kind of satisfaction is there. Is good, and we will keep doing that. I mean, I will ask you so many different questions where you won't be able to answer. Question number 4. Major angle A is 105. Major angle B is 100. Yes, give me additional information.
It is not a triangle.
Yes.
Triangle cannot be formed in this case. Total must be exceeding 180 in that case.
Aditi madam, you start your camera first, then talk.
So quadrilateral.
What is it?
The triangle cannot be formed in this case since the total will exceed 180.
So what? Total will exceed 180. So what?
Points A and B are not vertices of the same triangle. Cannot be.
Draw these two angles.
Earlier we have proved that the total should be 180 of all the angles of triangle. And in this case, the total will exceed. It is going about 100.
Yes.
You are right. All of you are right. This is a wrong question. Okay. Why do we put it? Because we need to know. I mean, suppose suddenly something comes like that, then if we are not clear about our concept, we will get confused. And अरे बापरे, आता याला काय म्हणायचं? असा प्रश्न. No, this is not triangle. Sum of interior angles of triangle must be 180. This is exceeding 180. So this is not triangle. Is the correct answer. Triangle does not exist. Okay, mistake. Question 5. Quadrilateral ABC is a question. Question is quadrilateral ABC, and the given information is sum of interior angles of triangle is 180. What can you tell me about it?
In the quadrilateral, there are two triangles.
Wait. We are supposed to wait, ask me, and then answer. Otherwise, it will be difficult. Students will not get sufficient time to think. New question is quadrilateral ABC. It's not statement also, but it is a question. What do we do?
Can I answer, sir? Can I answer?
Wait, let all others think. What do we have with us? We have angle around the point 360, sum of interior angles of a triangle is 180, and then we have these calculations. Okay. And now we are asking what is. I'm not asking anything. I'm saying quadrilateral ABCD. You tell me additional information about this quadrilateral. Okay.
This is the, it includes two triangles.
Okay. पुढे थोडा रिलॅक्स राहू शकतो उत्तर.
Diagonals are perpendicular to each
So can
other.
I answer?
draw a quadrilateral. Not special quadrilateral, any quadrilateral. Yes.
Can I answer,
If
sir?
we join the opposite vertices of the
Diagonals.
quadrilateral,
It is perpendicular to each other.
then there will be two triangles and interior angle sum of both the triangles is 360.
That's right.
Shall I join this AC?
AC. Then there will be two triangles and angle sum of interior angle of one triangle is 180. So two triangles will be 360.
So additional information that you are giving me is sum of interior angles of quadrilateral is
360.
360.
correct. Okay. Let us have some discipline. Unless and until I take somebody's name, you should not spell out the answer. Because it stops the process of learning. The whole purpose of this training is mic बंद करा. So, this is correct because we can convert a given quadrilateral into two triangles by finding any one of the diagonals. Then we end up getting two triangles. Yeah, the assistant plus viewed. So clear? Okay, very good. Next question. Pentagon. Yes.
Quadrilateral can give us four.
Quadrilaterals can give us four triangles. Yes, very good. Shall we join B and D also? Okay. So it will be 18 into 4. 180 into 4. But no, I mean this is wasted. Yeah. This is 360, which is unnecessary. Okay, question here was, can we draw both the diagonals simultaneously? In that case, we will get four triangles, each interior angle 180, therefore total 180 into 4, sum of interior angles. But then that is not correct because you are counting these angles also in this process, which should not be counted, and it is 360. Therefore, 180 into 4 minus 360 is equal to 360. So we call this as diagonalization. Diagonalization means you should not allow two diagonals to cross each other. Then the life becomes easy. That will come here. Pentagon, ABCDE. What can we say about pentagon ABCDE?
Can I tell, sir?
No, you raise either your physical hand or electronic hand. निरनिराळ्या लोकांना आपल्याला संधी देता येईल. ते जोरात बोलतायत त्यांनाच नाही प्रत्येक वेळेला. हा साळुंके मॅडम. बरे अर्पिता मॅडम. तुम्हाला पण देतो तुम्ही म्हणाले याच्याकडे जास्त लक्ष द्या.
Yes, sir. In pentagon ABCD, we can draw internally 3 triangles, and each triangle is 180 degree. Yeah.
What do we do?
And if we join the vertices, that is B, B and E, and B and D, we will get 3 triangles in a pentagon, and one triangle is 180 degree. So total 3 triangles, total 580 degree. Sorry, 540 degree.
Very good. Yes.
We can also have one quadrilateral and one.
Yes.
One diagonal.
We can have one quadrilateral now because we have one quadrilateral with us, which is 300. Quadrilateral 360 plus 180. Right. Instead of finding out sum of interior angles of good. Next. 7. Hexagon.
Can I fix up?
Hexagon ABCD F. I mean, it is easy now because if we draw hexagon, what we do? Diagonalize. One pentagon plus one triangle is one way of going about it. Or how many triangles? Yes.
720.
Forms 4 triangles, 720 meters.
360 plus 360 or 4 triangles. Okay, let us do
720.
Two quadrilateral. It is also two quadrilateral. That is 360, 360 and 720.
2 triangles, 1 quadrilateral.
Then only one diagonal is sufficient. 360 plus 540.
Correct.
We already arrived here.
Correct. So using previously proved result, we can always keep adding 180 degree every time, and that is how we will go. Very good. But then let us triangulate the figure. It has got some advantages. If we see in triangle, only one triangle was possible. In quadrilateral, sides were 4. Triangles were 2, and therefore sum was 180 into 2. When the sides were 5, triangles were 3, sum was 180 into 3. When the sides are 6, triangles are going to be 4. That is the advantage of triangulating. We can generalize 180
Into 4.
Therefore, if we have n-sided polygon, then n minus 2 triangles will form.
Yes.
And sum of interior angles is going to be 180.
Into n minus 2.
Now, when we teach this to students, it's standard. They feel very happy about themselves because this formula they know.
In 8th standard, sir.
Yes. This formula is known to them, but they never thought why that formula is, and our process of teaching is why everything. Therefore, why 360 pasun suruat kele. Now we have got sum of interior angles of n-sided polygon is 180 into n minus 2. It's just we will not call this as proof. This is understanding. I mean, see, when it comes to mathematics, few people in maths have made it difficult to understand so that तिथे दादागिरी येते मलाच फक्त कळतं अशा पद्धतीने ते प्रूफ लिहितात सहजासहजी कोणाला कळू नये आणि मग तेवढ्या पुरतं ते राहावं तर what is our job is to decode, go to the basics. Is this pattern correct? Of course it is correct. Can it be rigorously proved correct? Of course it can be rigorously proved correct. Technically, at MSc mathematics level, we can prove this legally correct. But we are teaching 8th standard students, if they just come to know what is the history behind this 180 into n minus 2, and it is not very difficult. it starts from 360 and we reach here in less than 1 hour is an achievement. You have discovered, you have derived a formula. And therefore, why it has happened is because we are thinking. So students should start thinking when we look at things like this. Okay? Good. So this is all about interior angles. Now let us go back. Find out. First question. Quadrilateral ABCD. What is the sum of exterior angles? Okay, what do we mean by interior angle? If my triangle is like this, if my triangle is like this, then I extend any one of the sides in any direction. So if I suppose extend BA, that would be the CB this way, then this is interior angle, this is exterior angle. Okay. Now, if we happen to extend AB, then this is also exterior angle. This is also exterior angle, and hopefully in few minutes we will prove that they are equal. But then, if we take one exterior angle at one vertex at a time, there is no point in taking both of them because we are extending the line in one direction, one line in one direction. So, what do you think will be sum of the exterior angles of the triangle? What will be the sum of exterior angles of the triangle? It is going to be 360. That is how we arrived at 180. So for triangle, when the sides are 3, sum of exterior angles is 360. When sides are 3. Okay. So when the sides are going to be 4, what is the sum of exterior angles? When sides, I mean, when we have quadrilateral, our first question was quadrilateral ABCD. When our first question was quadrilateral ABCD, what is the sum of exterior angles? Yes. Apply to
360 into 4 minus 360.
360 into 4 minus 360. 360 into 4 minus 360. Dig there.
360 into 3. Nahin, 360 into 3.
हा ठीक आहे, पण तरी खूप जास्त झाली. ऍक्च्युअली उत्तरापेक्षा कितीतरी जास्त झाली. म्हणजे माहिती आहे तुम्हाला म्हणून का ते आले नाही, कुठेतरी वाचलंय म्हणून की आता म्हणजे काढता येतं. वाचलेलं चुकीचं असू शकतं ना. What is the sum of exterior? When the sides were 3, we have our soldier gun said that it is 360 exterior angles. Now the sides are 4. There are 4 vertices. There will be 4 exterior angles.
Still it is 360.
But straight. Why?
Because he is taking one full circle anyway. How many sides are there? It doesn't matter.
Okay, let us do our soldier gun. And we start from A, pointing towards D. Come here, pointing towards D, move, pointing towards D. So this is angle D, through which we have moved this direction, and we reach here, our face is this side, we move through angle C, now we have become like this, we go here, our face is this side, we move through angle B, we are here, we come back, here, then we move A. Oh, okay. We have completed only one revolution around ourselves, one circle, and therefore, when it is 4, it is 360. When it is 5, when it is 5, it is 360.
360.
Every time it is 360.
360.
Another way of finding, let me tell you, we have found out this formula. And it is inside a polygon. The sum of interior angles is 180 into n minus 2. Okay? And suppose this is what? A pentagon. So how many exterior angles are available now? 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So one interior, one exterior. One interior, one exterior. So total 5 pairs. One interior, one exterior. Total 5 pairs. And one interior and one exterior is going to be angles forming linear pair are supplementary. Is a theorem. Okay. But that theorem can be easily proved because we know we have a straight angle. If the total is 180, then it is a straight angle. Therefore, if this angle is small a, this is bound to be 180 minus a. Correct? And now, this total is 180. There are 5 vertices. Therefore, total internal plus external is 180 into 5. So, if this is an n-sided polygon, internal angle, this is sum of interior. Okay. Now, sum of interior plus exterior is equal to n-sided polygon, so n vertices, n interior angles, n exterior angles, each one pair adds up to 180. So interior plus exterior is n into 180, out of which n minus 2 into 180 is interior, minus n minus 2 into 180 is equal to exterior, which is n minus n plus 2. So we have got it in two different ways. Soldier gun, no matter how many sided your polygon is, you are completing only one rotation. You are traveling through only 360 degrees. So every time you have a polygon, sum of exterior angle is 360 and sum of interior angles is 180 into n minus 2. Okay. Here are angles forming linear pair are supplementary. So I have two angles, A, B, and C, and the other is C, B, and D. And it is said that they form a linear pair. That means BA and BD are opposite rays. That is what is given. So if BA and BD are opposite rays, then angles forming linear pair are supplementary. Supplementary means they add up to, therefore x plus y. So what is the proof of this? Because the whole angle is 160, this is half of that, and it is divided into 2. Now suppose there are 3 angles forming a triple, linear triplet, then x plus y plus z is going to be 1. But this is important. I mean, we have used it over there. So this is outcome of what we have done today. Then vertically opposite angles are congruent, equal. Here. We have two intersecting lines and they form 4 angles. Okay. Then we have two intersecting lines that form 4 angles, and we should be able to prove Now using this theorem, we know x plus y is equal to 180 because they are angles in linear pair. Using the same theorem again, y plus z, x plus y is equal to 180, y plus z is equal to 180. Therefore, subtracting x minus z is equal to 0 implies x is equal to vertically opposite angles are equal. These are very, very useful theorems. And if we know why they are true, it adds. Okay, vertically opposite or vertex opposite. This is also called vertex. Vertex opposite angles are equal, congruent. Angles forming linear pair. Okay. There. Right. Yes. So we will discuss this in detail. This word we will discuss in detail when it comes to triangle congruency. So as to answer you just now, pictures are congruent and maybe weights are equal. Weights are equal, pictures are congruent. So our congruent means it is more two apples are congruent, but their weights are equal. Like that. Two angles, say when we say angle A is congruent with angle B, that means they look alike. And how do we find out they look alike? We say we measure angle A is equal to measure angle B. This is technically correct. If we flip, then it is wrong. Angle A is equal to angle B, not correct. Measure angle A is congruent to measure angle B, not correct. This is something about picture. This is something about real number. Numbers are equal. Figures are congruent. So next step.
Sir, will you please explain one more time sum of angle between
What I should explain one more time?
that sum of external angle and internal angle is that point only before this question.
Before this.
Yes, before this. Sum of external angle and internal angle. Yes, this one.
Equation.
Yes, this one equation. Yes, sir.
Okay. Sum of internal plus external. They form a linear pair. Therefore, their sum internal plus external is going to be 180 degree every time. At every vertex, it is going to be 180 degree. There are total n vertices. Therefore, total sum of interior plus exterior is n into 180. Understood? Out of which only interior we have found out using this formula n minus 2 into 180. Only interior.
Correct.
Therefore, if we want only exterior, we should subtract only interior from total.
Okay.
So 180 comes common out n minus 2, which is 2.
Correct.
Therefore, 2 into 180 is 360. Understood?
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
Okay. Now I have got a linear pair. And I draw angle bisector of ABC and I draw angle bisector of CBD. I want to know how much is this angle. This is ABC, E and F. Find FBE, major angle FBE.
and regret coming here because it was horrid from a weather point of view.
It will be 90 degrees.
No, you should find out. Arey, I have asked you to bring slates also to show me the answer.
Sorry.
This could be a wicket. It should be. This will not be easy. And it's taken. Oh, they believe it will slow.
How much is that angle? F.
It is a 90 degree.
Why?
Because linear.
Down there at third man. Oh, that's all right. That's a shot and a half.
Nah.
First shot at genuine authority went a long, long way. Thanks for that, Glenn.
If we take x plus x,
If we take
plus x, y plus y is equal to 180. Then 2x plus 2y is equal to 180. 2 is a common, x plus y is equal to 90.
very good. So, I mean, these are elementary theorems based on the straight angle and 360. Okay, angle bisectors of angles. What is this theorem? Angle bisectors of angle or being linear pair are perpendicular. And one more we can do at this stage here is the exterior angle here. In any triangle, exterior angle x is always greater than a or b. X is greater than a, x is greater than b. Actually, x is equal to a plus b. But normally it is used in inequality form, or we can say a plus b is equal to x. Exterior angle theorem. We can find out exterior angle of triangle using the property sum of interior angles equal to 180. So we are trying to form a linear pair here and finding out outside angle, which is going to be equal to a and b, and because it is triangle, x is going to be greater than a, x is going to be greater than. So these are the basic fundamental theorems which we can complete if we assume that sum of interior angles of triangle is 180. Okay, we will do lot of work on triangles. There will be a majority of the question paper will be on triangles only. But today we will discuss something else in remaining half an hour, and we will continue our discussion with triangles from next lecture. Yes.
Different questions. In triangle, we see that the side opposite to either angle is more. Depending on angle, it is proportional and sides are proportional. Then that by observation or actual measure we see, but is there any proof for that?
We will do it. सगळ्या गोष्टींची प्रूफ करायची. म्हणजे ऍज अ टीचर यू शुड नो द प्रूफ. यू मे नॉट टीच स्टुडंट्स, but teacher need to know much more than students. आणि मग त्यामुळे म्हणजे I have observed several times here, because my training was right from the scratch. I surrendered. Prakash said, I do not know anything. You start teaching me right from scratch. So because our training was right from the scratch, we could answer some very difficult questions asked by the students on the spot. Because we know everything, what is happening behind that. So बऱ्याचदा होतं. असेल काहीतरी पण so बऱ्याचदा होतं, if you know it from scratch, you are very confident opposite to students, and many a times just by applying logic you could answer the question correctly. So जरुरी नाहीये की तो क्वेश्चन पूर्वी कधीतरी तुम्ही सॉल्व्ह केलाय, कुठेतरी वाचलाय, काहीतरी केलंय. You just apply whatever you have learned and you answer, you get the answer. Several times I have observed this. So our job is to keep decoding whatever we have got. Okay, let us discuss some numbers. Again, we have to start with some assumptions. Now, in maths, when we start with some assumptions, we call them as axioms or postulates. Those are the statements which we assume to be true without proof, because otherwise we will not be able to proceed. Everything, if we keep questioning why this, then we will not be able to make any progress. Therefore, few things which are very obvious and easy to understand are assumed to be true without proof. And if you want to develop any theory, I mean in maths, be it a theory of real numbers, be it a theory of vectors, be it a theory of matrices, you have to start with some assumptions. Set theory, we have to start with some assumptions. For example, in set theory, there exists set is the statement which is to be assumed to be true without proof, and hence it is axiom. Definition of set. Okay, let me tell you that story. Suppose I ask you, what do you mean by straight line? Okay, and if you are not aware of what is the history of this geometry, then we are in trouble, because this type of question students will ask, because they really have this question. What do we mean by straight line? Suppose I ask you, then we will try our level best to explain what do we mean by straight line, the points in one line, the collinear, etc., etc. Maths says that after some time, suppose I use word collinear, set of collinear points is a straight line. Then somebody will ask me what is collinear. Then if I use the word straight line while defining collinear, then I am wrong. I should not be doing that. I should not use the word straight line, because I have used collinear to define straight line. So I have to define collinearity by not using the words which are previously being defined using the word collinear. And if we keep doing this, suppose we find out some new words, English words, and define collinearity. Then those new different English words, somebody will ask, what do we mean by that? Then we will use some more. And dictionary, even though it is big, it is finite. So one point of time we will be exhausted with all the words that we have, and then still the last word will remain undefined. So instead of going through this process, those people who have developed these theories, they sat down and decided, let us keep straight line undefined. Okay, so everybody understands what do we mean by straight line? We will not get into defining straight line, because if we get into defining straight line, then we are wrong. Okay, so there will be few undefined terms which will be left without definition, words, and there will be few undefined, unproved statements which will be assumed to be true without proof. So the words will be called undefined terms, and the statements will be called postulates. Normally they are called postulates in geometry and axioms in algebra, but you can flip them, doesn't matter. So every time we develop new theory, we have to assume something and start. In geometry, point, line, and plane are undefined terms, and the first postulate is point, line, and plane. They are set of points and subset of space. This is the first postulate of geometry. Nobody can question this. Point exists in this space, line exists in this space, and plane exists in this space. And they consume some points of space. So they are subsets of space. Now, this is assumed to be true. But provided we have done set theory before this, because we are using word set. So, असे ते loops आहेत बरोबर. If you allow coordinate geometry to be learned first before learning your geometry or algebra, then we can define straight line. The equation, the curve whose equation is ax plus by plus c is equal to 0. So we should be able to say that a linear equation in x and y represents straight line over there, then defining straight line is possible. But if you are in pure geometry, Euclid 2000 years before, straight line is assumed to be undefined. Point, we cannot define point. If you try defining it, you are wrong. Okay. त्यामुळे पण कुठची थिअरी तुम्ही आधी करताय त्याच्यावर पुढचं अवलंबून आहे. Okay, so what I was saying is laws of indices. A is greater than 0 and m comma n are natural numbers. English मध्ये असं बोलायचं आहे की मॅथ्स मध्ये असं m and n belong to natural numbers. A, this is second. A raised to m raised to n equal to a raised to mn. We can prove this, but today we are going to assume it to be true without proof. But it is easy to do. A into b raised to n is equal to a raised to m into b raised to m. So a upon b raised to n is equal to a raised to m. If b is not equal to c. A raised to 0 is equal to 5. Okay. Now, if A is a number, and it's very easy. Suppose 5 raised to 2 means 5 into 5. 5 raised to 3 means 5 into 5 into 5. Therefore, 5 raised to 2 into 5 raised to 3 is equal to 5 raised to 2 plus 3, 5 by 5 into 5 into 5 into 5 times. First log can be quickly proved. Similarly, a raised to m raised to n can be easily proved, and so on. We assume these laws to be true. Let us do a little bit of work on numbers. Factorize 60. Find factors of 60. Factorize 60.
For a raised to 0, necessarily we have to take a raised to n minus n or n minus n, such like that.
Here, we can say that a raised to 0 is 1 because a raised to 0 converting it into this kind of interpretation is not possible. A multiplied by a 0 times doesn't make any sense.
And instead of that, a raised to m, like that, a raised to n minus n.
Yes, sorry. Using this material. A raised to m minus n. the killer RHS a raised to m minus n is equal to a raised to m equal to a
upon
raised
a raised to n.
equal to a raised to m 1 a raised to m. So if m is equal to n, then a raised to 0 is going to be equal to 1. Correct. Okay, factorize 60.
Into 2 into 3 into 5.
Ah.
2 into 2 into 3 into 5.
And then students keep your mic off. 3 into 5. Ah, this is what we are doing it. Then same as answer.
नहीं 2 raised to 2 multiply by 3 multiply by 5.
Then
And 1 is not written, 1 should be there.
1 also you want.
Yeah, because 1 is a factor.
Yes. Any other version?
If it is prime factorization, it is this. Otherwise, we can write it as 4 into 3 into 5. 4 into 3 into 5.
4 into 15. So there are more than one way of writing it. 5 into 12. 6 into 2 into 5.
60 into 1 also.
Huh?
60 into 1.
Yes.
30 into 10, 30 into 2.
30 into 2. Yes. If you want to say 2 into 30, then yes, I can accept. 2 into 30 is different than 30 into 2. Or are they same? 1 into 6. So actually here the question is, are they equal? So 30 into 2 is equal to 2 into 30. Are they equal?
I don't see any difference. Yes, it is equal.
They're equal? Why?
Yeah,
Why they're equal?
because multiplication position doesn't matter.
Commutative property.
Who decided it doesn't matter? I am asking, why are you changing the positions? If you change the positions, the numbers are different. Then how will you justify that they are not different?
Commutative property.
No, answer, I mean, you are able to find out right now. If I say A into B, is this question mark? B into A. Do you know answer about A into B, how much? Maybe. I mean, this is notation, writing difference. Instead of crossing between, you are writing it like that. But we don't know the value. So question is multiplication commutative? Can we change the order of is this true? A plus B is equal to B plus A?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So are we asking a question? Is addition commutative? And you are saying answer is yes. Based on our experience. Is
No.
No.
Sometimes say yes, sometimes say no. What is the justification? I get it. So I have got a point here. It is not there in the notes. Suppose we are considering m into n and m comma n are natural numbers.
Natural numbers.
1, 2, 3, 4. Then very important problem solving strategy in mathematics is measuring the same quantity in two different ways. We have m rows. Let us take 5 into 3. Okay. So in first row, I have got 3 elements. In second row, I have got 3 elements. In third row, I have got 3 elements. In fourth row, I have got 3 elements. And in fifth row, I have got 3 elements. So if I look at the quantity row wise, there are 5 rows and each row has 3. Okay. So I am doing 5 rows and each row has 3. Therefore, total is whatever, the 15 or whatever. So total number of bits that I have, 5 rows, each of 3. Okay. But this is how I am looking right now towards this. But if I look it this way, then there are 5 in each column and there are 3 columns. Correct? There are 3 columns and 5 in each. There are 5 rows and 3 in each row. There are 3 columns and 5 in each. The quantity is same. Quantity is not in the picture now. Yeah. Because the quantity is same. We are measuring the same quantity in 2 different ways. Quantity is the same. Therefore, our 2 different ways, if they are giving 2 different answers, those answers must be same. That is why 5 into 3 is equal to 3 into 5. Therefore, multiplication is commutative. Similar thing can be done with addition. You take a number of balls and add b to them, we get total quantity. Then you first take b number of balls and add a number to them, still we get the same quantity, therefore commutative. I mean, these are very small things, they are very obvious to us, but need to be discussed in the class. That gives you clarity. Otherwise, those questions will remain unanswered. Students will spend a lot of time in thinking why it is true, why it is true. But this is, I mean, this is not to be studied, this is to be understood only once, and then it is there always. Then 3 numbers m into n into t is equal to commutative. Yes, we have a box. First plane has got 3 columns of 5 each. Second plane has got 3 columns of 5 each. Third also has got, so t planes are there. Each of them have m columns, and in each column you have elements. Therefore, done. तुम्हाला मजा येते, मला मजा येते ह्याच्यात. तुम्हाला येते का? Okay. So let us remove this confusion here and accept. Okay. So as the factorization can be done in so many different ways, we want to represent 60, and if it can be represented in 50 different ways, then there will be confusion. Therefore, first rule that we will follow when doing factorization is we will prime factorize. So 6 should not be there in the factorization. 10 should not be there in the factorization. So prime factor. However, in this case, we have 3 into 2 raised to 2 into 5. But still, there is possibility of few more representations, 2 raised to 2 into 3 into 5, or 5 into 3 into 2 raised to 2. Computer may get confused if you are presenting the same number in 3 different ways. Okay, for us, we know it is same numbers, but logically we should have some discipline, and therefore first discipline is let us have prime factorization. Second discipline is we accept only this, not this, not this. Canonical. It is called canonical prime factorization. When we say I am factorizing a number in canonical prime factorization, I mean I am writing all the prime factors in their corresponding order. And here our first fundamental theorem of arithmetics. Fundamental theorem of arithmetics. It says every natural number greater than 1 can be factorized into its primes.
Prime fact.
And every natural number can be factorized, and the expression is unique up to the order it appears. The primes appear. Now, proving this, because it is a theorem, it will have a proof, but it is beyond our chemistry at this stage. I mean, I have also not learned the proof of this. But this is very easy to understand. You take any natural number and it can be broken up into prime factors. And the order which these primes occur, the expression is unique. So we have decided we should write the primes in ascending order. In whatever way we get those indices, that is what is the prime factorization. So if I say canonical prime factorization of 60, then everyone will give this answer. 2 raised to 2 into 3 into 5. No other answer is available. Some discipline. Okay. We have 40 minutes.
Sir, can you repeat what is canonical prime factorization? The FTA is canonical prime factorization?
Okay, let us do it for a couple of numbers. 108. Can you give me canonical prime factorization? 108.
Two square into 3 cube.
Can I answer, sir?
Wait.
Two square and 3 cube.
2 square,
2 square,
27.
3 cube.
2 square and 3 cube.
2 square
Into 27.
3 cube. This is going to be the
2 square
canonical
into
prime
3
factorization.
square.
3 cube into 2 square is not canonical prime factorization. Or any other 6 into something, not canonical. Okay, understood? Now, suppose I have got a number which looks like 2 raised to 4, 3 raised to 2, 5 raised to 6. We don't know. This is going to be a big number. But if we have a canonical prime factorization with us, without looking at number, can we say that this is a perfect square? Can we say that this is a perfect square? Whatever that number is,
Yes.
it's going to be a perfect square. It will be square of
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, because it is a even number.
Even numbers, indices.
Order is even.
मालवणीला शिकवण्यासारखं वाटतं. अरे बोलायचं नाहीये, शांत राहायचे. आम्हाला सवय नाही अशी, त्यामुळे तुम्हाला होईल
खूप दिवसांनी शिकतोय ना सर.
But we have to keep quiet unless and until I allow you to spell out the answer. You should not. Yes, it is a perfect square of 2 raised to 2, 3 raised to 1, 5 raised to 3. Using laws of indices, we will get this number. So it is a perfect square. Seven raised to 6, 11 raised to 9, 13 raised to 27. Is this a perfect cube? Yes. It is a perfect cube. And it is a cube of 7 raised to 2, 11 raised to 3, 13 raised to 9. Correct? So,
Yes.
if I have what a natural number n whose prime factorization is p1 raised to k1, p2 raised to k2, dot p m raised to km. Suppose I have a natural number whose prime factorization is, canonical prime factorization is p1 raised to k1, p2 raised to k2, dot pm raised to km, and I am saying that this is a perfect cube. Then what does it mean? Huh? All ki's. All ki's. I going from 1 to 1 less than equal to I less than equal to m are multiples of 3. This is n is a perfect nth power. N is a perfect nth power. Then what should happen? All ki's, I goes from 1 to m, are multiples of आता n नको याला काहीतरी आपण वेगळं नाव देऊया क्यूब. All ki's 1 less than equal to I less than equal to m are multiples of m. Then we say Q is perfect nth power. Q is perfect cube. I think we should stop at this stage today. We will continue with this numbers discussion in the next lecture. Then we will continue with triangles in geometry. Okay. So I will be putting the lecture notes for today's lecture, which will not include this numbers, but it will include the discussion which we did earlier. There might not be any homework for the first lecture, but maybe very soon we will have several problems which you should try at home. And if you really work hard in next 1 month and qualify, get good numbers in our exam, which you will give after so many years. I mean, it is going to be very interesting. Okay.
Sir, a small question.
Question.
Sir,
Hello.
sir, why we are seeing line as a straight line? Is there any line which is not straight?
Yes. This is the line which is not straight.
Exactly.
Leaders.
Okay, got it, sir.
Yes. And you can ask any question that you have in your mind. We will figure out the answer. If I don't know, we will find out the answer. Okay, that is where we stop for the day. Thank you very much for attending our first lecture in so many numbers. Hope you have enjoyed it and hope to see you on Thursday. Exactly at 6. Not after that. Thank you.
Sir, where are the
Thank you,
notes
sir. खूप
shared?
छान वाटलं.
More students come in offline mode, it will be better. Fundamental theorem of arithmetics.
Sir, where the notes are shared?
I will share it on the group,
Okay.
step group.
Okay, sir. Thank you.